Hi, welcome to Umid Photography. In today's video, we're going to be talking about your skills. Have you got what it takes? Do your pictures tell us a story? Because as we all know, photography is all about moments. It's all about present time. It's all about capturing those little laughters, emotions. Through this journey, I've been making quite a few pictures, and some of them didn't tell any story whatsoever, but some of them were quite clear and bold. So how do you get those pictures? If you're ready and if you want to know more, let's get started. So I've chosen here quite a few pictures, some of them which were made about 3 years ago, just at the beginning of my photography. So as the time will go, as you go through the pictures, you will see the difference between the pictures. The reason why, because with the experience, start to understand what actually makes the picture, what actually makes the shot. So let's get started. With the first photo, we're gonna have a couple. So this was in London, and this was at the wedding ceremony. And so the couple asked for quite a few shots with themselves, separate from the guests. And here they go, we're in a park in London. Everything looks quite cool, but then what really brings this picture down is the background. Not only because it's just empty, there is nothing going on, but there's also like a bins there. So if you can see, there's like right in the corner there's a bin. And I'm just like, when I was choosing the pictures, I was like, well, you know, so it all comes to you after when you got your pictures through the camera. You will start to understand, you'll start to learn where you actually made a mistake. So this is the picture, which it's cute, it looks really nice, but the background is just so horrific. And this is not the picture which I'll put in the frame. So let's do another one. So this is also in London, and this is a portrait of a girl. And in this picture, this was not the picture which I've chosen for the client. But as you can see, the picture here, again, the background is just, I don't know, it just doesn't go with the main character, because the character is dressed up in this beautiful blouse. She's got this beautiful earrings, and then we've got all this gray stuff going around it, you know. So what I would chosen for this lady here, a bit more vibrant background, and again I would have included maybe the whole bench. So here I don't see any story, I just see this is a very poor quality picture, and I would not be happy with that. Okay, cool. So and now we're gonna go through few other not great ones. So for example, here in this photo, first of all, you can see here, I don't like the positioning of the picture. If you look at the picture behind on the wall, it looks kind of like, you know, in a diagonal, it kind of like looks, it's bent. So the problem is here, what I was trying to do, I was trying to balance out the table where the bride and groom was sitting there, but it's just made this kind of like really very strange perspective, which I'm not really happy with as well. And also what I really don't like as well, I don't like that the both groom and the bride are looking at me, you know. So and you can see that the groom, he looks kind of like a bit tense straight away. So what I would have done here, I would have said to them, just don't pay any attention to the camera, and just, you know, just look at what you're doing. You're signing your marriage certificate, and just be happy, be in a moment. And this would have done such a better story rather than this. This is kind of like really bad, you know. So yeah. So again, another one from the wedding ceremonies. I've done quite a lot actually in London, so once again, so this is the picture here. Straight away, what I don't like in this picture, I don't like how the groom was overexposed in the sun, and the bride, she's just behind there. She's kind of like not important, you know. So it's just not. And the background as well, I like the stairwell, but what I would have done next time, I would have done from the other side. I would have gone down the stairs and shot them from the other side, because it was more grotesque and more extravagant, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and the positioning of the bride and groom is just not great, you know. So it just doesn't tell me any story, you know. It's just there, the groom looking at me, bride looking at him. I'm just like, this was my first ever wedding photo shoot. So, and here is another picture. Here, the picture would have been nice if the bride and groom were closer to each other so their hands would not stretch. Other than that, this is a very nice background, really beautiful, in one of the London's registration offices. So the only thing which I'm not really happy with here is the way how they're holding hands in here. And to be honest with you, at the time as well, I was actually hesitant about this picture because I was like, okay, but you know, but this at least an example for you what not to do. Here, for example, like I would have maybe taken the flowers from the bride and get them hold it in the middle and just look at each other, you know, so with the hands and just, you know, just being in love in that moment. And this would have made such a great photo. Okay, cool. So now let's do pictures on the couples, which I think made an amazing story. So for example, here I've got a couple here, and they basically, in the moment, what I've learned when I start working with the couples, that you just need to let them be in their moment, you know, just when they both concentrate on the camera, it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. So here, for instance, I just told them like, can you tell yourself a story and just do whatever you do when you're really kind of like cute with each other. And here, as you can see, it just looks so great. It tells you that they're both in love. She loves him, he loves her, and you know, there's such a massive energy going there. And this from the same couple. So here, for instance, because it was their engagement, and you know, here I'm just portraying their hands and engagement ring, as you can see. And I think this story, just like on the tree, is a symbol of their life, the live stream going through, and you know, their hands just holding the tree and portraying that ring on the finger. It's just saying like that they have themselves together, you know, so to go through this life, you know. So and here is another one. This is the moment when it was just announced. This is obviously the aftermath. I've asked the groom and bride just to show me a bit more kind of like the ring, because we want to make sure that the ring is actually captured. And here, as you can see, it's actually well captured and looks really, really beautiful. Tells us an amazing story. Okay, so here we've got another couple. So once again here, the background is just, and what I've learned from my previous photo shoots, which were not really great, that, you know, the background is just so amazing, and the way how people are like comfortable, and because it just shows, you know, in the picture. And here, for instance, you can see like how blurred out the leaves at the bottom. This is actually the leaves, the green area at the bottom. And this was obviously in the summertime. And here, as you can see, the bride, well, I think she was a wife actually, and the lady, she was pregnant at that time. And for me, I've chosen magnolia, as you can see here, as a symbol of their future child. And yeah, so I think that looks quite amazing. And here we go once again. This is harbor, and again here we go. This is a beautiful blurred green nature going through, and then there is a harbor with magnolia, and she's pregnant. And I think that picture just tells us so much that she's expecting this beautiful child, and you know, it just looks amazing. Okay, so let's get moving. So in this picture here, I've chosen a beach, and for me this was a woman from the future. When I see women because there's a lot of things going on here where the women fighting for their rights, and I think this is right as much as, you know, so and for me it's really, really important to portray a very strong and fearless woman. This kind of photo caught in motion. As you can see, there's lots of splashes going on there, and there is this strong guy which is kind of like showing this fearless and a strong woman. It just tells us so much story. I don't know, do you agree? Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this picture? Do you think that actually tells us the story what I'm actually telling you, or maybe you see something different? I don't know. Right, so the next photo, I did the photo shoot of boudoir. So in this photo, I wanted to show The woman, in a way, how fragile she is and how beautiful she is as well. So here we've got the boudoir. Basically is the when the lady, she's in the house, and it could be in a house, could be anywhere nowadays. The main thing is when she's wearing her underwear, lingerie. And this looks just amazing. Here, for example, we see this fragile lady holding herself. She's loving herself. And this is the Sunday morning. And she's just in front of the window, enjoying the sun. And then, yeah, it's just a bit of shy, a little bit fragility, to be honest with you. So that looks really cool. Here, for instance, what I've chosen here, I've chosen the lights at the on the floor, and this the fabric you can see here is a curtain. For me, when I do my photo shoots, I don't want them to be kind of like original, somewhere been and done that, but I want to come up with something new, something which I see in my head, and I just want to kind of like portray it in my way. So, and you can see reflections from the lights going on your legs, and that looks really cool. And again, I'm seeing here a very fragile, very beautiful girl. And here, as you can see, what I've used here, I've used the chair, the back of the chair, and you can see the strings going through. This is literally the back of the chair. You can use whatever you want to get your picture, give that picture a little bit of oomph, you know what I mean? So I think that looks quite cool. So here, for instance, this is the lady here. I've done the fashion photo shoot, and for me in this job I had to portray a very fearless and strong woman. And what I've chosen here, I've chosen the skate park, and you can see a couple of skaters behind here. And yeah, so that not only I'm portraying a very strong and fearless woman, but it also has a little bit of urban look, because if you look at her outfit, it looks a bit urban. So in this picture, I think we've done just that. And just to highlight the picture, we've used the reflectors, which reflected the light from the sun. And the reflector was a golden reflector, as you can see on her skirt, and some of her skin actually has this golden touch. So I think that looks really bold. And the woman in here, she just stands very strong on those high heels, and I made them look a bit kind of like awkward looking as well, because we just want to make sure that the you catch the eye with this picture, because people start looking at the picture and like, oh, what's going on here, you know? Some people like it, some people don't, but I feel like this picture looks so amazing. Again, the same photo shoot, again portraying a very fearless woman. Here she's in action, she's moving very strong. I could even say like it's looking very militant, you know, in a way. And this was the look we were going for. And like a lady from Matrix, if you remember, Trinity. So this was the look we've been having here. And here, as you can see, what was really important for me the background has to be blurred out 100%, and to do that I've used my 135mm f1.8 G master lens, and that's done such an amazing job. And the last picture here, this is again a very beautiful, fearless, feminine lady, you know. So again, you can see here what I've chosen here for the background. I wanted to use this beautiful castle and red dress, and you know, the lights. I've used the flash in here. The flash which I've used in here is a Godox AD 400 Pro. It's really amazing when you have a very strong light from the sun. So the flash actually is strong enough to hit that light off and just portray the subject at its best. So again, so you see this castle, and you see how central the subject is in this picture, how the perspective works so well. The only thing which I'm not really happy about is the floor at the bottom there, because you've got this metal drainage, whatever it's called in English. But other than that, I think picture looks just amazing. So these are the pictures we are going through today. So, as you can see, you always need to realize, imagine your picture before you actually take the shot. For me, my main mistake was in the past when I was starting as a photographer, that I was not seeing the picture. I was just pressing the shutter button. And when I was looking at my camera, I was like, oh, well, that's not really boring. But now what I do instead, before I take the picture, I analyze my surrounding area and see what I can actually bring from there. I take my subject and I take my area. I put them together and I see if it works or not. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, then let's find something else. And remember, keep on trying getting those pictures, you know, so your imagination could be changing throughout the times. My imagination changed so much, and I always aim for something better when I do now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned quite a bit. And if you did, and if you think something which you would want to know more, leave the comments below. Like this video, and I'll see you again. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye.